just your overall thoughts about Sacramento's offense and the game plan and things along those lines, please.
I mean, the game plan is just usual. I mean, you watch film every day, just getting better just to see what tips or what can make it easier for you as the play's going on and what can be easier for your team as well. And then, I mean, Sacramento State is just another football team. Just kind of come out, play, and do what we're supposed to do, be where we're supposed to be, and just play football.
Guys, what do you see when you look at tape of Saffron?
An athlete. He's good. I think Coach Toon hit it on the head when he was talking about he's really dangerous running as well as pass game. And yeah, I think if we hold him, we should be good.
But it can't be easy to hold him. Chucky wasn't 100%. I know you're not going to comment on that. I don't want you to. But is he the closest approximation of someone you played to this point of the season? The fact that he's a dual threat who can run and pass.
I feel like, each quarterback has their different their techniques or what they're good at. He's an athlete just over around, just complete athlete. So we're just gonna have to be able to not let their best player be us. So
yeah, I think he's the best quarterback we've seen so far. Because like you said, Chucky was probably not on his best game, but it's a really good test for us.
For one guy can't beat you though, so Sacramento State must have some other guys who can attack you, and then allows the quarterback to then have his success. Who are some of the guys around Saffron that are tough?
They've got a really good running back and a couple really good wide receivers too. So it's a pretty balanced offense. Like Coach Toon was saying, and they're a pretty good offense. So it's not just Saffron. He's just one that stands out the most, I guess.
No, it's the same thing. Just they're very balanced with their pass and run. There's 11 guys on the field, so obviously everyone is a threat, no matter what the situation is.
Mark, how do you feel more comfortable today as opposed to when you first started this season?
It was a big change. Right now, everyone gets their nerves, but that's actually a really good thing, I feel like. But after playing 3 games, it's a really big change. I don't know, it's hard to describe, I guess. There was nervous but scared, just because it was my first Division I football game, but after the game's gone by, it gets easier and easier, but the nerves are still there no matter what.
And that's a good thing.
It's a really good thing. Mm-hmm. I think it's a good thing. Because then you're just thinking more of what's going to happen or what you want to happen. And just the thought of having nerves, if you didn't have nerves, I think it would be a big problem. Then that's just going into anything. You have nerves just in a test or school or just everything. So, it's a good thing to have, I think.
I probably could ask you guys about the importance of this game, but I'm sure you would just downplay it. Is that from the coaches though, or is that something they always preach, the idea of stay in the moment and don't make things bigger than they are? Where's that thought process come from?
I think it's just doing your job, being where you're supposed to be, like I was saying earlier. Just that thought process of they know what we're supposed to do and they think that we know what we're supposed to do also, which is just builds that line of trust almost. So just being where we're supposed to be, making tackles, and just the obvious of football, just doing the fundamentals first and then thinking about the rest later.
I think that whole idea of not playing up a game, not thinking one game is more important than the other, is that there's no such thing as an unimportant game. Each one carries a weight with it, but the coaches have mentioned that this is homecoming. Sac State is a pretty decent team, middle upper of the pack last year, and so this is a big game. They said that this is a really big game for us, a really big test to see where we're at. So.
What kind of effect is there on your psyche to see what Utah did to Fresno State and Michigan, and to see Utah State kick Wake Forest around and know that you guys went out there and battled with them?
I think, every game is different. Just like Keaton, he didn't have his best game. So, just going after that, we have to be a team to play to our ability and not to play to anyone else's ability. We got to be able to not step down, but we got to step forward and just play. But just seeing that, I mean, it feels good after a while, but a loss is a loss. So we still have to improve on what our mistakes were.
Anything else?
Okay.